Discover, educate. This part of the call is really important because you're getting to understand the caller, their goals, their needs. It's just a good conversation that you're having with them. I suggest having a pen, taking down notes. I like to put bullet points here. So first you want to discover. You're really trying to understand, why did this person call you in the first place? What are their needs? What are their goals? And it's not just, oh, they want to lose weight, but why do they want to lose weight? So don't just stop with that surface, I want to lose weight. You've got to dig in there and find out and put bullet points down why they want to lose weight. When's the last time they weighed what they wanted to weigh? Maybe it's because you're going to find out when you ask that question that the doctor just told them that they have type 2 diabetes and he needs them to get their weight down. I mean, there's a lot of information, you can keep digging there. Same thing with, like, you hear, I want to get stronger, but why do you want to get stronger? Is it because of you hurt your back, previously and you want to like strengthen your core? Is it you're a little bit older and you have grandkids now and you want to lift them off the floor? I mean, there's reasons why. So in this, I kind of enjoy this part of the conversation, the part of the phone call, because it's just listening. I'm just really listening here. I'm not talking except to ask a question to get them to dive in and dig more. We call it peeling the onion. Just keep peeling off the layers, and you think you might have it, but ask one more question. We say just why. Just keep asking why, and then listening, taking those notes. Now, during this time, you're also going to educate. So yes, you're taking the notes as you go through discovery, but as you're going along the way, you're educating them about how Alloy will connect and help them with their goals, with their needs, with their wants. So it's kind of like, I take the bullet point and then, how am I going to connect that to specifically what we do at Alloy Personal Training? I'm going to warn you, this is not a time to give your big long spiel about Alloy and give them things they didn't even ask about or even connect to anything that they just told you. That makes them feel like you aren't really listening to them. So take your bullet point and think, how do we connect to that? How can we help this person specifically? And then that way you're educating them and they feel, wow, not only did you listen, but you can really help me with these goals. Along the way, you might get, it's called a buying signal. As you're talking to them, you can feel it. You can't see them, but you can feel a smile. You can feel them kind of getting giddy, happy. They might say, you know what, that sounds great, or that sounds like I would enjoy that. Boom, that's your buying signal. So right then, you're gonna just go straight to the assumptive close, which I'm gonna talk about in a different video, but you've gotta pay attention to that because you've sold them, you've already got them, you've got them right there. So you're gonna go right to that assumptive close. However, if you feel like, no, I'm trying to they still want more information, you're gonna go to my next video, and that is going to be building value. I'm gonna give you an example role play of using this discover and educate. And I'm gonna start it back a little bit, like I've already done my introduction, and now I'm just gonna continue this conversation. Mark, tell me a little bit about you and your goals, and why did you call in the first place? What are you looking for?
Well, I drove by your place and I saw Alloy opening up, and I'm just kind of curious of what it is that you guys do. I know you do training, personal training or something, but I do a lot of cycling. I ride my bike a lot. I'm not getting much strength work out of that, so that concerns me. I want to do some more strength training, and that's kind of what I'm interested in, but I feel like I'm getting a lot of cardio and a lot of cycling because I ride my bike quite a bit.
How much are you riding your bike?
So the ride I just did, so I usually ride my bike about 2 or 3 times a week, and I ride anywhere from 20 to 30 miles each time. And I've done some rides, competition rides, and they call them century rides, where they're 100 miles.
Holy cow!
Yeah, they have a few
That's
of them around Texas here, and I like joining those because that keeps me motivated. And so I feel like I'm getting a lot of cardio. It's like I say, I feel like I'm doing good on the cardio side, but man, my strength is just not there, especially upper body.
Wow. So okay, so you ride like all through the week, so you've got a really good cardio going. You just said that it keeps you motivated. Do you need goals like that, Mark? Like what does that mean when you say that?
I do. Matter of fact, I've tried staying consistent without doing competitions, and without that goal, without that target, I tend to fall off. So I do need that goal or something I'm striving for.
So that's your accountability. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes.
Well, I must say, I am very impressed with you doing century rides and just, keeping up. That is a lot of work on a bike. And you know what? You're right. Like you said, the strength training, you're not feeling it, with strength. I mean, the cardio is great. Have you done any strength training before?
Well, yeah, I used to. My younger days, I lifted weights and I did some strength training, and then I've kind of fallen out of it since I've gotten older, and I've kind of focused on my bike rides. But like I said, that's one of my concerns. I feel like I should be doing more now that I'm older, and not, I feel like I'm getting weaker in my muscles. So.
Now that you're older, what is that exactly? What is that for you? What is that for you?
Well, I'm 50s. I'm in my 50s now. I was a lot stronger in my younger days, and I feel like the cardio that just riding my bike is just not gonna do it for me. So I feel like I need to step it up.
Okay. All right, so with that, I've got lots of information. I could even dive deeper on that call. But I know that he needs motivation, right? And I know that he needs accountability. So what am I gonna do? When I'm talking to him, when I start educating him, I'm just gonna connect that to what we do with our accountability. Not only, holding him accountable to come into the sessions, but we will do our in-bodies, and we do those monthly, and we do hold accountability sessions to make sure whatever goals Mark sets for himself when he comes in for the starting point sessions, I'm gonna be holding him accountable a month later. So that's a big one right there. And I asked him about the cardio, and I wanted to praise him because doing that and really kind of listening to him, because I could tell that the biking excites him. That created us to have, rapport together. We were connecting emotionally, so I can use that later on as well. And I learned a lot about, his strength training. If you notice, I asked when and if you've ever done it before. Now I can keep diving into that, but I wanted to kind of stop there because I was able to get his age without asking his age. I don't know if you saw me kind of like, so your age, and I did that because I know we cater to ages 45 to 65. So when I start connecting what we're doing at Alloway Personal Training, I'm gonna be using that as well. I can go on, I'm gonna be talking, I can, as I educate him, you guys know how to now connect like what he's telling me about the strength training. And we know that he uses his quads a lot for biking. So I'll talk about, the workouts, and we're gonna be strengthening those legs, through these, workouts that we do with the squats and the lunging. But I'm also really gonna focus on core with Mark because he needs that with his biking. So I can kind of connect that. Like we do core in every single workout, all different types. So I'm gonna, take everything that he's telling me and then connect it. I'm gonna stop there just because the next part will be moving into our next video, which is going to be building value, and that's very important. But that is where I'm gonna lead him next.